So we are just going to wait a couple of seconds so I can see if this is working. All right, awesome. Okay, guys, so my name is Lauren. I am with Sweats in the City, and I help coaches with their online marketing, especially if they want to start coaching online. And today I'm going to be talking about lead nurturing emails. So if you worked with me with Fit for Biz, or you've done your own research of marketing on the internet, you will see lead email or nurture emails, having an email list, all that type of stuff. So today I'm going to talk about what a lead nurturing email is, and also some tips of how to create really good emails. And these emails can be, or these tips can be applicable to just lead nurturing emails, but they can also be applicable to other types of emails, which we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to share my screen. I made a little presentation. If you're here and you want to say hi, please do. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please just post them below. I'd love to answer them. And we are going to get into it. Before we do though, Fit for Biz pre-sale list is now open. So this is my signature course. I'm running it. It's usually a 10-week course. This time it's going to be a 90-day course. There's going to be some differences in it, but the pre-sale list is now open for enrollment. This list gets first rights to signing up for the program. There are limited spots available, and it's also going to be at a discounted price for this one. So if you are interested, be sure to get onto that list. You can find it on my webpage. Okay, so lead nurturing emails. Make it simple, make it memorable, make it inviting to look at, and make it fun to read. So I really like this quote. I don't like writing copy. I find it really hard, but when I look at these 4 simple things, it makes it a bit more easier for me to grasp. You don't have to overcomplicate things. All emails should be written at a grade 2 or grade 3 level. So it doesn't have to be high level writing. It can be super basic. And I'm also going to show you or talk about some different ways that you can create structures in your emails to make it a bit easier to read and a bit easier for you to write. So I thought it would be important to talk about where nurturing emails fall within your sales funnel. So if you've watched any of my presentations before, you've likely seen this funnel, and we have the awareness stage at the top, nurturing stage in the middle, and then converting into customers at the bottom. And so your emails fall in the middle of the funnel, so after the awareness stage and into the nurturing stage. So something to think about. You're not going to be sending a cold audience a nurturing email. They're going to be a warmer audience. They've already made some sort of commitment to get more of you, to be more within your business, closer to making a sale, more interested in what you are providing. So cold emails, or you don't usually send out any cold emails, which would also be very hard because you probably don't have their email address. But for the most part, nurturing emails fall within the middle of your sales funnel. What is a nurture email anyways? So this is an email that you send out to your audience, and the main focus is to further develop your relationship. It is to further develop that know, trust, like factor with your potential clients, with your audience. People want to know, or people buy more from people that they know, like, and trust. So your email is designed to do that only. This is not a sales email. This is not a promotional email. People don't want to sign up for email lists because they get promoted to and sold to and all the time. And we don't want to create that relationship with our audience. We want to focus on other things. Yes, it is a warmer audience. And yes, you do promote to your audience. The people that buy from you will likely be in your audience versus on your Instagram audience or Facebook audience, because they have made that commitment. But the emails that you send out cannot all be promotional emails. Here's all about me type of thing. Okay, one important thing to do with your email list is to segment it. So this can be done within your email service provider. So I really recommend MailerLite. It's a free email service provider that you can use, or email software you can use. MailChimp is what the other most popular one. I find that is not as great as it used to be. And then ConvertKit, if you are over 1,000 people on your email list, is another option that you can look at. It's paid, but it does provide a bit more flexibility with what you can do, and the platform, it's just like a little bit of an upgrade from MailerLite. So I have 3 basic email lists here. This may be more extensive depending how long you've been building your email list, how many products you've provided, because each different product may have an email list if you have multiple freebies. But for this presentation, I have 3 basic segments. So the first one is going to be your cold audience. So they're coming in through your lead magnet or your free offer. And then after that, there is an automated welcome nurture sequence. So whether that is 5, 3, 2, 1, all of those emails are focused on building that relationship with your audience. And the stuff I talk about today will be applicable to those. So after there, they're going to become warm audience. And so this is kind of like a bulk audience that you are going to send out weekly nurture emails. And this is called a broadcast. So a broadcast is an email that you send out once. It isn't automated. Yes, you can take broadcast emails. You're like, oh, that one was really good, and put it into an automated sequence somewhere else. But generally, a broadcast email is one that you send out one time. And then on the very far right, I have current clients. So your current clients may also want to get that broadcast email too. So it's up to you depending on what's in that. Sometimes it may not be applicable, but generally if you are showing up with value, you want to give it to your warm audience and your current clients. So I really believe in permission-based marketing and permission-based sales. So this is when you ask permission and be really clear on all the expectations or what's going to happen. So I just threw this in here because I feel like it's a really important thing to note, because people are hesitant about sending out emails. People are hesitant about sales. And so if you ask permission first and be really clear on any expectation that will happen within your email list, then people have the opportunity to opt out, and they're not blindsided by a whole bunch of emails that they just do not want to get. And then again, at the bottom of your emails, make it really easy for people to unsubscribe. You could even write it out in your email, like, hey, if you're not into these emails, unsubscribe, or hey, thanks for signing up and getting the freebie. If you don't want anything more, please unsubscribe, and that's okay. We can still be friends. Like, you want to make it easy to unsubscribe, and then like easy for people to do it. Like, hey, it's cool, I get it, type of attitude. And beforehand, always ask permission. Like, hey, I send an email out every single week or every other week. If you want to be like in with that, gangs, because I provide really cool things, then awesome. But if not, that's okay too. See you later. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to talk about is an engaging title. So showing up in an inbox, there's a lot of competition. You need to create a title that is going to grab the attention of your audience. So 3 different options. There's lots of different ways that you can do this, but 3 I'm going to talk about. 1, make a claim or a promise. 2, create an emotional response. And 3, stir up curiosity. I remember I sent out an email once and I forgot to put some links in. So I sent out one right away after that saying, well, that's embarrassing. And the one that said, well, that's embarrassing, got like 20% more opens than the first one where I thought was a really good email title. So emotion is really important, especially your emotions, because if people hear you doing something embarrassing, they're going to be like, tell me more, because I want to hear what embarrassing things you're up to. But it does work. I just lost my video. Okay. So if you want more information on these headlines, I did do a whole video on this, how to write up your headlines that will attract your ideal client. You can find that. You can scroll down on this page and you should be able to find that training there. Okay, personalization. So this is using the audience's first name in the email. So I would avoid using the first name, last name. That sounds a little bit more professional. We want to be a little bit more friendly, I could say, but not too friendly, but first name is good enough. So you can use this in the title of your email, so that will show up in their inbox. They can see it right away, or within the body of the email. And what this does is really grabs the reader's attention and also starts to build that relationship. It's much nicer to get an email with your name in it, because people will be like, hey, that's my name, like they recognize it right away, than just kind of a blanket email. People probably know that multiple people are getting the same email, but when you have the added touch of a personalized name in there, it just is a bit nicer to receive that email. So you can do that within your automated email service provider, whether that's MailerLite or ConvertKit. I would just Google in there how to add in personalization, and they will walk you through those steps. It's a bit different for every software, so I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of how to do that with every software here right now. Here's an example. Hey, insert name here. Summer's finally here. You're probably wanting to take your workouts outside. Here are 3 workouts you can try. The next thing is provide value. So you need to solve a problem. This shouldn't be any surprise if you've been like with me on my journey and like watching any of my videos, but you always need to show up with value. And if you're showing up in someone's inbox, you need to make sure that it is really high value. So you want to provide a solution to something that they didn't even know that was a problem potentially, but you just made their life a little bit easier. That's probably the biggest one, when they're actually like, oh, thanks. Imagine getting a present at Christmas time that someone gave you a thoughtful gift that's going to make your life easier. Maybe you didn't say you wanted it, but when you got it, you're like, oh, this is awesome. Thank you so much. So you want to think about that, of the needs of your ideal client, and always act like you're showing up with their inbox with a gift. So again, providing value in the nurture emails versus a promotion email. So there's 2 different. So it's either you're nurturing or you're promoting, and you cannot promote all the time. You need to build that relationship. You need to show up with value. So you want to make your emails easy and fun to read. So this one is very important. And if you look at any email lists or emails that you have received, you can look at how they lay it out. So there's different ways that you can create kind of like contrast and dimensions within your emails, but making it easy to read, because people will scan for sure. And so you want to make sure that the points that you really, really want to make stand out. So using headlines, bolding certain sentences, bolding call to actions. Bullet notes are so like beneficial. People will read bullet notes over a paragraph of text any day. They can just skim through it. Like, here are the benefits. Here are your problems. I totally get you. And so it's just like bang, 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 bang. People will read it, or they'll graze it, but they'll grab the information, versus like a paragraph, especially if you have like a headline and then the bullet notes underneath. GIFs or GIFs, pictures, just to create, I always like it to create humor and lightness. GIFs are really funny. You can just Google them online and then put them in as if you would a picture. Emojis, so just creating contrast within the sentences, and spacing. So you do not want to send out a big long email that is just a block of font. You need to break it up, maybe have a couple sentences, a space, another sentence, a space, and make it kind of like you're having a conversation with somebody. So break up that email. Don't make it all block paragraph text. And a call to action. So this is really important, because you want to get your audience in the habit of doing things within your community. So you always want to have, or I like to make it simple, have one call to action for your email. So like one main point that you want to get people to do, and then you want to repeat it at least 3 times in your email. So sometimes that may not seem like a lot, sometimes that may seem like too much, but definitely 3 times. So maybe in your header, and then within your paragraph, and then in the PS section, which we're going to talk about next. So this isn't going to be a sales call to action. This is going to be more of like promoting engagement within your community. So getting people to comment on your Instagram post, or maybe it's to join your Facebook group for more live trainings or for your giveaways. You don't want it to be a sales thing. You want to, again, be along the lines of providing more value and solving problems, and how people can be more part of your community, and also asking people to engage with your stuff. That is what I was focused on more. You want to make it easy for people to get more of you. People with an E, not without an E. Okay, and lastly, the PS section. So everyone reads the PS section if they like. It is very popular because always the most important things are down there, or it's kind of like a secret. Like people are like, "Ooh, what is the PS?" This is where you can put your third call to action. Maybe you put in one more piece of advice or some type of that's like personalized with you, and or you can have what else to expect from you. So PS, if you like this, I'm going to be sending out more emails down the line. I hope you enjoyed them. Comment on my Instagram post here if you did, for example. But don't forget a PS section, guys. It is one more opportunity to share a piece of value, call to action, or share a bit more about you. All right, so as a review, we want to make sure we have an engaging title, personalization, provide value, easy and fun to read, call to action, and always make sure you have a PS section. So if you like this video, please give it a heart and share your favorite point about the emails that you didn't know about down below. I'd love to hear about that. And remember, the Fit for Biz pre-sale list is now open and you can sign up for that if you want to get in on the first opportunity to sign up with discounted pricing. And then also there's some freebies when you sign up for that list. So thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Again, if you like this, please give me a wave, like, heart. My name is Lauren with Sweats in the City, and I will talk to you next week.